Alright. Now, if you guys remember, the last time I did a review was basically on Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi, so basically, let's just hope how this one runs out. Now, I'm basically going to be reviewing these games in the basic month of October. So, I started on these videos maybe like around, say, for instance, July, so don't get mad if these videos are a little cloudish, or at least dumb in my account. So, anyways, this is my review on Sonic the Hedgehog for episode 1 and 2. So, here we go. Now, for the sake of this review, I might as well tell you guys I haven't played this game as much as I have played the classic titles. Not that this thing is super bad, say Sonic 06 and stuff like that, but I thought it would be good to give a heads up out there. Now, basically for this game, I had to play the game because, well, my downloader wasn't working at the time. Which doesn't mean that I can't review it or anything, it's just that the footage would look totally off. If the footage is good enough, please leave a comment. I'm still working on it, and I still plan on getting a game capture sooner or later. Going on the story, it's basically Sonic and Eggman doing their usual gig, so basically there's nothing like aliens or anything like that, or, you know, other kind of things that make the plot go all crazy, so it's basically all lighthearted and stuff. Now, going on gameplay, it's not like the classics, but it's basically based off of the Rush series. Sonic games have been called dip games, basically being made by that company. So if you played Sonic Rush, you know what you're getting into here. Now, if there was anything I could think of in the classic games, it was building up momentum when you were rolling into a ball down a slope or anywhere else. But in this game, it doesn't work at all here, and it really depends on how fast you're going when you're holding forward. And yes, I said holding forward. You can see here that I'm trying to build momentum, but I can't because of the game's darn physics. Oh yeah, and Sonic will sometimes act as a blue Spider-Man on the wall. It definitely looks weird, and basically the game just hasn't been polished good enough. The game really encourages you to press the forward button when you're actually playing the game, because since Sonic has no flow to him, he really just stops like a dead rock when you jump out of nowhere. Speaking of rock, I just own that rock. Get it? Oh yeah, and Sonic gets this open pose when he leaps from a slope or something like that. Basically to get a hit on the enemy that's coming up towards you, and it really does suck because the only thing you have at that moment is basically your lucky landing and a homie attack. Next time, Sonic Team, I'd like to go out of the slope in my ball form next time. That shouldn't be too hard to put in the game, right? Oh yeah, and another thing, where's Tails, Knuckles, or any super emotes for that matter? Really? As a sequel to one of my favorite games of all time, where are these guys? Come on you guys, this is supposed to be a sequel. I don't know if it's me you guys, but Sonic seems to be shinier and shinier with each console. Everything is divided by this world map right here that contains all the stages. We have Splash Hill Zone Act 1. It basically contains everything that was actually in the first Sonic game. Also has ropes you can swing on and zip lines that you can go across on. And we also have Casino Street Zone that has pinball gimmicks, card gimmicks, and cannon gimmicks. We also have Lost Labyrinth Zone, which comes equipped with boulders that remind me of Resident Evil when I ever do these kinds of things. Dark blackout sections. Also minecarts, walls that can crush you, and puzzles that are really frustrating. Oh, and water sections. Although they're never difficult and they're painfully easy. We also have Mad Gear Zone that contains lots and lots of gears. A moving wall as well, and if you want me to show the footage, well, here it is. Yeah, I died. Now, special stages make a comeback as well. You just have to jump into a giant ring at the end of the stage with 50 rings in your sight, and then you'll be in a special stage. Just make sure you make it right. Sometimes you can end up forgetting to actually jump. The special stages are more of an homage to Sonic 1. Well, that's odd. Nothing new? Okay then. Just like the classic titles, you also need to go to the end in order to collect the 7th Chaos Emerald, because I swear you're on a time limit and you need to get that emerald. It wasn't really a problem for me until I got to the 5th stage, which really just drove me crazy and broke the controller for doing so. Collecting all the Chaos Emeralds will grant you Super Saiyan Sonic, which I have to say is a lot better because he handles better and he has a higher jump, with more speed as well. I have to admit, it's been a while ever since we got to play as Sonic in regular stages. Always in Sonic Adventure or something like that, we would always have to play Sonic and the last boss. It's weird. Oh yeah, and I meant Super Saiyan Sonic as that part. Boss fights from the early days make a return as well, because they obviously worked so well during those days, didn't they? Now that Eggman's a pro, he can finally kill the Hedgehog. Now, since Sonic has the homing attack except for the instant shield because, well, I guess they didn't really feel like putting it in there, these boss fights are pathetically easy. Eggman might get more serious down the road, but they're just easy. Since Eggman's adventures from the past didn't work here, no surprise there, Sonic chases him up to space. Galaxy! Oh, what? Come on, that is the perfect time to show Tails in there. I know that they were trying to do a thing like Tails is going to appear in the next episode, but wow, it was a coincidence that he was flying near one of Tails' hidden rockets, right? When you go back to the world map, you can see that Egg Station is available. Eggman tries to make a third attempt with taking you out with the same exact stuff that he did before in this episode. Really, how redundant is this getting? Before we talk about anything else, if you guys want my opinion on the music, it kind of sounds like Dying Cats. But the rest of the tracks sound good on the Wii version. For the boss fights, I think it sounds a little bit coming from the circus rather than a boss fight itself. There is a little heat up thing where the boss gets really mad and Eggman starts throwing that rock hard world or something like that. But that's not an excuse to do it during a whole entire boss rush. It's kind of annoying and repetitive. In Final Egg Station, the boss at the last second is really good, and I think Sonic needs more bosses like this. You have rings this time, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem, right? But that won't matter much after you see what Eggman's done to the darn thing. He shoots arms, lasers, and projectiles. He basically does this all just to mess you up. One more hit and then you're off and the screen turns to white. For some reason. My biggest issue on this game is that it's really trying hard to be a fourth sequel, and it's very noticeable with all the other nostalgic things that are all around here. And sometimes momentum will be completely moot when you're going up a wall or something like that. Again, it's been a while ever since I played this game, and to review it, it just feels really accomplishing. So anyways, if I had to give this whole entire episode a score or whatever, I'd probably give it maybe a 7.8. Or maybe just a 7.6. Between that. But we're still not done here. I know you guys were wondering if I was going to make these two a separate review, but no, that would take too much time. So anyways, I'm going to be digging into Sonic 4 Episode 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2 takes place after the event of Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1. Right when Sonic freefalls his way to Tails' plane landing on Earth, Tails announces that Little Big Planet's about to make its annual return. Since everybody's worried about the planet, Sonic and Tails go to check up on things to see how it's going on. Actually, Sonic and Tails never stepped foot on Little Big Planet at all, besides the spirit in space, but that's kinda weird. I guess from Sonic CD it actually went in space, right? I have to admit though, Sonic seems pretty loose now, since his jumps aren't so floaty, and he can build momentum a lot faster. Only you need to go at a certain speed in order to build up momentum when you're running and you start turning into a ball, so it's kind of messed up again. And I'm glad that Sonic doesn't earn curl when he jumps off of a slope or something like that. With these tweaks, Sonic seems a little more fluent and he actually just feels more like the classics. It really seems like Sonic's team is really listening to the fans. Since Sonic's little brother Tails is along with him, he can utilize and tap into their Sonic Heroes mode where they can actually have Tails actually help you through their problems. I think this is a really neat idea. You have all the uses of Sonic and Tails smushed in together. Now, as long as they can make the game harder, then we wouldn't have such a problem of it being too easy. And I'm basically talking about this. This right here. Why would you give us all the advantages of Tails, Speed Sneakers, a Spin Dash, and a Supersonic if all of this is gonna be here? Really? It's like this is always being played by little kids. And yes, Supersonic does make an appearance, but every time you use it, it gets cancelled out by the obligatory or however you say it move. I mean, like, it is good to actually get cancelled out of the power whenever you want to, at will. I guess that's a good thing.
And when there's a supersonic, there's special stages. Yeah, the half-pipe structure again. Ah, like we'd never seen that before. Alright, well, we know how this works. You have to collect the number of rings that it tells you to in order to get to the end, in order to get the Chaos Emerald. Easy enough. While the control is slightly better than Sonic 2, I still can't help that the music is really hurting my ears. It pains me to say that. Really, the tracks are really short. Also, for Sonic 4 Episode 1's boss fight with the final boss, that track is about 5 minutes long, which I have to say, what the heck? Oh, and Special Stage 7 takes a lot of memorization in order to get it right on your first try. Really, I got this thing on my first try, and it was not pretty. At least Sonic and Tails stopped running for no explained reason, which I have to say is better than how Sonic 2 handled it. Oh yeah, and I'm also glad that they can find good uses of the homing attack. And don't feel bad about skipping other parts just using Tails' flight ability. Shoot, this game is already easy enough. Overall in the gameplay, not exactly like the classics, but good enough. I guess there was a reason why it didn't make its way to the WiiWare titles, because the game looks absolutely amazing. All the graphics, and it decides to actually not do the whole 2D thing and just go full 3D, and the results are really amazing. Overall, this is just one pretty game to look at, especially on an HD television. The stages are Sylvania Castle, White Park, and we also have Oil Desert, which I can say that they're trying to mix, chemical plant with Oil Ocean Zone, which I have to say is neat, but it lacks spectacle. So basically with this one, I could just call it a hit or miss. Oh, and the music sounds like Dying Ducks this time. Really, Dying Ducks. Anyways, there's Sky Fortress Zone and Death Egg Mark II. Before we get into bosses, I want to explain Episode Metal, which is a, exclusive if you have the first episode along with the second one. It seems like ever since Sonic CD, Metal Sonic has been here being, destroyed ever since this day will come. Which is weird because Stardust Speedway is in a bad feature. I mean, what the heck just happened? Did Sonic not collect all the time stones? Did he miss one of the generators? I don't know. Anyways, Eggman rejuvenates him by pointing, which is kind of weird. But then again, it's a Sonic game, so yeah. Using Mad Gear as a recharge station and absorbing some weird purple stuff from Lost Labyrinth, Metal Sonic is ready to take on Sonic. With bosses, I'm glad that they could think of something original. I'm glad that you can turn into Super Sonic while doing them, but it makes it way too easy. Too easy. It's not that I don't like the fact that Super Sonic's playable in boss fights, but did they honestly not know how easy this was? The only thing that I wish is that they were hard with Sonic, but they are easier and just way easy with Super Sonic, but no, they're just easy. Huh. At times you'd be fighting Eggman, or you'll just be duking it out with Metal Sonic. The final boss is finally something that's new to the picture and not just a rehash of something that came from nearly 20 years ago. Well, that's basically the whole game, but still, this boss fight is not incredibly annoying or any way. It's just that, I don't know, I just don't really like it. After defeating Eggman and barely escaping the exploding Death Egg, Sonic and Tails are hurtling through space to Earth. If you're wondering what's at the end of the actual game with collecting all the Chaos Emeralds, there's really nothing there. Wow, not even a continue. At this point, it's almost like they're not even gonna make an episode 3, when they said that it would take at least about maybe 2 years in order to create it, which is kinda stupid to be honest. Basically, while the game is alright, it certainly lacks in a couple of places that I think it wouldn't lack in because, hey, those parts are actually important. So basically, we can only hope that there's going to be an episode 3 and they actually do this one, correct. While not actually basing their ideas on something that was nearly 20 years fresh years ago. So anyways, that's my review. Hope you guys liked it. Anyways, this is Polar Bear Jack signing out. Peace.